I'm here for Knockouts Unlimited with Michael Montoya. He's worked in both the amateur and professional boxing realms as a trainer, manager, mentor, and fighter. Tonight, he talks to us about not only his family's legacy in boxing, but also the local Dallas boxing scene and his work within the community. Coach Michael, thank you so much for joining us.
Hey, thanks for having me. It's an honor and a blessing.
Absolutely. It's an honor to be here at your training facility.
We've been here, this is Montoya Boxing Gym. We've been here at this location since 2008, 2007.
Oh, wow.
It's on my brother's property. It's 10 acres. We've been in the fight business since '58, since my father started fighting back in the late 50s here in Dallas, Texas.
I was going to say, it's my understanding that you're second generation and you also have a son who's a fighter as well.
Yes. So actually we have 4 generations. We have my father, myself, my son, and my grandson is training now.
Oh, so
there's 4 people. There's four legendary boxing generations that are just continuing carrying the torch.
that's amazing. And you mentioned the beautiful grounds that your training facility is on. We saw it as we were driving up. It's absolutely spectacular.
It's on 10 acres. It's here in what we call Pleasant Grove, southeast of downtown Dallas.
Mm-hmm.
We've got 2 gyms side by side. We got 1 big professional ring, which is the one we're in now. We've got a gym literally right next door to us. It's a smaller gym. So if you want to fight, that's the ring to be in because you can't run, it's so small.
Oh, wow.
We got bags over there. Everything you see here, we have over there, just a smaller version. But it used to be, initially it was made for professional boxers. And then some of our boxers left. But we've got enough people coming here, both, kids, women, children, college students, adults, pro boxers, you name it. All walks of life, black, white, brown. They're here at Montoya Boxing.
I was going to say, we can see a lot of the athletes currently training. How many active competitors do you guys have?
We've probably got a good, strong amateur team of at least 20. And then we probably have a handful of pro boxers, anywhere from 3 to 5 that are fighting. You got a couple of guys that I'll be going down to Houston this weekend to train with the legendary trainer, Ronnie Shields.
Wow.
Who used to train Mike Tyson, Evander Holyfield. He's got the Charlo. He had the Charlo twins. He's got 1 Charlo now. All champions, welterweight, middleweight, heavyweight, you name it. But we'll be training with him because I've got a kid that we're working with named Joey All Day. He's 11-1, I believe, 8 knockouts. So we'll be training over there to see if we can take it to the next level.
Oh, wow. Sounds like that young man has quite the heavy hands.
Yes, yeah. He's a middleweight, super middleweight. He's a big kid. He's out of Odessa, Texas, Joey All Day. He's going to be exciting, continue to be exciting, and hopefully he'll be the next world champion.
I was going to say, it would be wonderful to have another person come out of the local Dallas boxing scene. That sounds like you have fighters going in and around the region.
Right. Currently, there's several world champions that Dallas does not know about. We've had legendary champions train here also whenever they're coming through Dallas. Roy Jones Jr. is trained here. Evander Holyfield is trained here. Terrence Crawford is trained here. Mikey Garcia is trained here. A couple of Olympians have trained here. We've had Louis Giannis, who's an Olympian from Dallas, who I also manage, trained here. So we've had quite a few legendary boxers, former world champions, current world champions, and future world champions training at Montoya Boxing. We're very proud of that.
That's amazing. How do you see the current Dallas boxing landscape?
It's a good question. A big thing just happened recently. I got to give credit to my friend, Derek James. Derek is Errol Spencer's trainer. Errol Spencer's the world champion.
We all know it.
He just landed one of the biggest names in boxing, if not, well, certainly top 5, Ryan Garcia. So Ryan Garcia just signed, or just agreed to have Derek as his trainer. So not only, I'm told, is he coming here to train, he's moving his family from California to Dallas, Texas to live. That's big. That's huge. Big. Yeah, it speaks numbers in terms of local community boxing gyms, kids, youth, future champions, current champions. I mean, it really just puts Dallas as one of the mecca spots in the United States in terms of having world champions and boxers and gyms to train at. So hats off to Derek James.
I was going to say, that is an amazing announcer right there. The investment that could put into the Dallas boxing community, like you said, is huge and allows for so many opportunities for not only growth within it, but also the young athletes who are currently training now to be inspired and receive more opportunities.
Right. There's also Virgil Ortiz, certainly an up and rising welterweight, should be a world champion. He's fighting July 8th in San Antonio. He's from Grand Prairie, Dallas. Of course, you have Errol Smith we talked about. You have Maurice Hooker, who lost the world championship. He was a champion. We got one of the Charlo trainers, boxers training here with Derek. We got AJ, the world heavyweight champion from overseas. He's training with Derek James now also. Oh, wow. In fact, I think Derek has five world champions training with him. So it's a lot of boxers that have decided to move here or train here. And it's just big for boxing. It's good news for us. They may not train here, but eventually they might. Then we may have an opportunity to go over there and spar. It just opens doors in many different ways for everyone in boxing, whether you're amateur or professional, whether you're a trainer, media, or just an amateur kid looking up to someone. It's nice to know that we have 5 world champions, if not more, just here in the Dallas area.
I mean, it definitely sounds like opportunities abound. And, speaking about opportunities, it's my understanding that you do a lot of service work within the community here in Dallas.
Yes, Montoya Boxing is a 501c3 tax-exempt boxing gym. We turn nobody away. You come here, you don't have gloves, we'll give you a pair of new gloves, maybe a pair of new gloves. You don't have a rope, we'll give you a rope. Hand wraps, you name it. We'll even waive the membership if that's what we have to do. We get it. At the end of the day, it's about the kid. So keeping kids off the street, keeping away from drugs, away from gangs, and making bad decisions that can affect them the rest of their lives. We do Christmas parties every year where we feed everyone. Everybody gets a gift. We do back to school backpacks. We give everybody a free backpack. My brother's fortunate enough to have a pool on his property. We do a swimming event during the summer. So we do a lot of barbecues and cookouts and parties. We even started doing a Friendsgivings. So we have this big Thanksgiving event, right? And everybody brings a potluck, and we probably had over 100, 125 people here.
That's quite the number.
And so it's good to have the community come over here and come here with the break bread and enjoy the festivities and the blessings of life. We also are fortunate to have sponsors like Dr. Pepper. That's been very good to us and supported us throughout the years. A couple of well-known attorneys, Al Ellis, prominent attorney here in Dallas. He helps out and writes the check every year. Mike Rubel owns Rubel's Nursery. He's got like 6 locations here in Dallas. He's always writing a check. And I go on and on and on with all these other sponsors that come with it. But we're fortunate enough to have relationships out there in the community so we can provide an event that benefits the kids. Again, that's at the end of the day, that's what it's all about. It's not just boxing.
Absolutely. I mean, so if somebody was interested in reaching out to you and getting in contact with you, how could they do that?
You could go to Facebook. You go to Montoya Boxing Gym, Dallas. All the information is on there, the hours. There's a photo gallery there. There's people talking about the gym and their experience here. I think we have like a 4.5 rating, which is good. Or you can go to my Facebook, which is Michael A. Montoya. Michael A. is for Anthony Montoya, and reach me there. But the best way to go is Montoya Boxing Gym Dallas, Facebook. My brother and I are older guys. We're not so in tune with the younger generation and social media, so Facebook is still what we do, and that works for us. That's how we biggest insight.
If it's reliable, don't break it, right?
Right. It's not broke, why fix it?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Well, I guess the final question I have for you is, if you had somebody that was young and wanted to get into boxing, and they weren't sure how to start, where to look, what works?
I would say this. I'm always going to say we're the best gym in the world.
Sure.
Like every other gym. What I like about our gym is when people leave, they always come back. And when they come back, they always say, I went to a few other gyms, it didn't feel like family. When you come here, you are family from day one. Again, whether it's us, we had I'm going to toot our horn for a minute, talk about my daughter, who's an attorney here in Dallas, and we've done well. We had a boxer come recently from Detroit. I won't say his name. He's living out of his car, doesn't have a job, just trying to keep his full career going, 3-0, undefeated, moved here from Detroit, living out of a hotel, stopped paying on that because he can afford to live out of his car now. Not only did my daughter help him get a job, she paid for his hotel for a week, and we chipped in and gave him some money and gas. Those are the kind of people we like to help and stories we like to share. Because again, we don't want any boxer to be left out in the street. Even though he's a grown man, or a young man, I should say. He's chasing his dream as a boxer. And he said, I always read and heard about Montoya Boxing Gym in Dallas. I came here not asking for a handout, but I'm so glad you paid for my hotel, gave me money to eat, and I'm in debt to you for the rest of my life, which we're just happy that we could help. But I got it too, my daughter's own more. Those are the kind of stories and things we do here on Montoya Boxing Gym. Whether it's paying rent, paying for somebody's medication, helping somebody get their car out because it got towed. We're more than just a boxing gym. We're a nonprofit, we're family, and we really want to make a big difference in the community. And I think we've been able to do that time in and time out. So.
Well, I'm really glad you shared that story with us because, like you said, not only are we coming here knowing that we're going to talk to you about boxing, but also hearing about your family legacy. So to hear that your family legacy not only extends to the coaching practice, but also the outreach practice is just really inspiring.
I appreciate that. And one last thing I'd like to give a plug to the family. I mean, so my father fought. I was the world champion. My brother Anthony fought. My brother Daryl, my brother Roman, my brother Christian, my sister Marie. I've got nephews. I've got cousins, uncles. So there's a legacy of boxing, but we have managed to keep Montoya boxing alive since '58. And it's really about my father's legacy, to be honest with you. He's 83 now. He comes here, he gets in the ring, he works the mitts, he hangs heavy bags, he sweeps the floor, and we say, Dad, we're good. We got something to do that. He says, no, this is what I want to do, son. So it's kept him alive, it's kept him around, and we're just glad that he's passed on the sport of boxing to me. I've been doing this since I was 6. I'm not going to tell you my age, but I'll tell you, I've been doing it for over 50 years, and who else can say they're able to make a living and do something they've been doing since they were kids? So I'm very blessed and thankful to God Almighty. Well, I wanted to share that.
Hopefully you guys are able to keep doing it because, again, this is inspiring to see, and I love the outreach within the Dallas community. I love the fact that you're able to keep a pulse on everything that's growing within the Dallas community, boxing, and able to provide so many opportunities. So thank you so much for joining us.
Appreciate your time, Michael.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Keep watching, guys. Back to the studio.
This episode of Knockouts Unlimited was brought to you by the Blue Planet Media Group.